Are you saying you can put a vitamin on somebody's body, like the outside, and the person will test stronger?
Yes, unless
No,
there's
that's crazy.
yeah, unless there's like copper or lead or some kind of interference. There can be things that interfere with that, or you have like a cell phone in your pocket because our bodies are electric. So there's things that can affect the way the flow of energy works. But outside of that, yes, it works, and that's because our bodies are electric. That's so if you were touching a battery like a wire, and then you were touching a wire and the battery it went through, and then there was a light bulb, the light bulb would still turn on because our bodies are flowing with electricity and we're conducting electricity. So it goes through. It's kind of like when you electrocute somebody, but you're like touching something else, and then
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
yeah.
Nesquick, thank you for the super chat. Harmon says thoughts on inflammatory issues as it relates to cheap food production, diet versus growing/hunting your own food for diet.
Okay. Well, to keep it really simple, most of the food that we eat are full of chemical toxins like pesticides and GMOs. So obviously, if you have toxins in your body's going to have inflammation. It's just
And inflammation shows itself in the form of like you like joint pain, right?
well, yeah. So there's joint pain, but there's just swelling. It doesn't always have to be joint pain. You can have swelling in your liver, your kidney, your bladder, like all your organs. Your brain can be inflamed. Um, so yeah, so definitely if you grow or hunt your own food, then you're gonna make sure that that food is not tampered with, right? It's gonna be more natural. So we're dealing mostly with Monsanto, and which is the evil company that basically makes sure that we eat GMOs, um, and then we have fast food like McDonald's. It's all genetically modified food. It's not even real. So you're basically
Wow.
eating like chemicals instead of nutritious, yummy
How
food.
can somebody tell if what they are eating is like GMO? Like, so obviously, like, stay away from fast food. All fast food, even like Wendy's, even Taco Bell.
Those are all fast food. But yeah, if you're gonna eat fast food, I mean, maybe you could lean more towards Chipotle or something. They at least
What
like
about Shake Shack? I do like their burger with no bun lately because keto.
yeah. So I don't know about Shake Shack or In and Out. Like they're still cutting corners. So you'll know by how long it lasts when you leave it out on the table. So
Oh.
if that thing's still good to eat, like a day later or 2 days later, 3 days later, 4 days later, I mean, maybe it wasn't really real food.
Okay. Wow. Right. And we've all seen videos where they leave out McDonald's fries and it takes like weeks
Yeah.
for them to break down.
Yes.
Months even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Always like the less packaging, the better in terms of
yeah. So you want to go with fresh,
yeah.
local.
Mike
Yeah.
Oglesby, I just want to touch your knee. I know it's strange. I'm not sure what this is about. If it's my knee or your knee.
Probably your knee.
We get some weird ones, James.
Yeah.
From Matthew Hammond. What are the drug companies pushing drugs? Oh, we already asked this about the plaque psoriasis.
Yeah.
I'll show you. I thought this was an interesting question. I just don't understand how single exposure to a specific chemical from a chemtrail would cause a week of negative symptoms and not affect others in the same locations. It seems improbable.
Okay, I can explain that very easily. Okay. So again, our body's like a car. So we have physical parts, chemical parts, and we have a computer system. So a lot of the people that they get sick, they usually have problems with their brain. That means that their computer system is not working. So so for example, our bodies, without doing anything, digest food and it detoxes, and it what else it does? There's a lot of things. It helps us breathe. All these things are normal functions in it. But number one, it detoxes when it's functional and it digests our food and absorbs nutrients. But if your brain isn't working properly because you pulled an all-nighter, or you play too many video games all day, you're like wired from video games, or you got in a major fight with your spouse, or you binged eat a bunch of McDonald's fries or something. I don't know. Like so your brain just shuts off. It's not working. So then it's not detoxing, and it's also not absorbing nutrients. So even if you ate like really good foods, so you could have symptoms for a week because your brain didn't even know that it had a toxin in it, and so it's just like lingering and letting it fester.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
or you can have history of concussion, root canal, or stroke, and that also makes your brain weaker too.
Ooh, okay. Sugar makes you bloated and magnesium brings down inflammation. Do you agree with this?
It's possible, yeah, definitely. I mean, sugar makes you bloated mainly because of bacteria that gets formed in the gut. So if you feed, I mean, bacteria likes sugar, so you're basically feeding the monster.
Hmm.
So
And cancer loves sugar too.
yes, it does. Yeah.
Ugh.
So don't eat sugar.
What do you say? I'm sure there's people listening that are like, they've either checked out entirely and stopped listening, or they're going, okay, this sounds nice, but it's very overwhelming. And maybe you're somebody who's never thought about, like, you're just someone who's like, oh, I eat steak, I eat salad, I think I eat pretty healthy. Like, what are some easy tweaks that people can look out for? Or like, um, are there specific foods that happen to be more toxic than others? Like, would you say that, and there's also people who think like, oh, organic food is a grift, it's bullshit, it's not worth it. Like, what are some easy tweaks that the average person can do?
Well, the easiest tweak is to eat fat, like eat good fats. I talked about that earlier.
So
So
steak,
yeah, but
avocado,
well,
eggs.
steak's not really fat. A lot of people eat like top sirloin. There's no fat
Okay.
in top sirloin. Some
So
people,
ribeye
yeah,
and
so ribeye. Yeah, eat a lot of ribeye
strip steak.
and short rib. And then you can also eat chicken thigh. You can eat fried chicken's okay sometimes. It's like good fat. Olive oil, though, is really a winner. Olive oil and avocados. I mean, those are like the winners, especially if you're in California. But I don't know if you can get avocados in New York, go for it. But they all
Probably,
come
but
with
they're like
problems.
$1,000 each.
Yeah, so you might want to grow your avocados for that one guy who says you can grow it. That's the benefit of it. Is you
Is
get
he a
food.
grower or a shower? I couldn't
Yeah,
tell.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah. But what else? Oh, drinking spring water. You want to drink spring water because it's a natural form of water. It's not going to be like filtered tap water, which is like drinking toilet water. I mean, would you rather drink, like, say I peed in a cup and I filtered it? I said, here, this is filtered with the best filter ever. And then say I even pooped in the cup. I filtered it for you, the
I'm
best filter ever.
listening.
Yes, I
Okay.
gave it to you. Or I go straight to the mountaintop and I get the fresh spring water and I put that in a bottle and give it to you. Would you rather have the mountain spring water or the extremely expensive filtered water that I put in?
I guess it depends if we were dating, if you had certain kinks. Okay, interesting. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but
So,
you get that. Yeah, see, so that's
how do you
why
how do
spring
you
water
how do
wins.
you feel about fruit? So you mentioned that keto is good. How do you feel about fruit? Because I know a
I
lot of
like
us like
I think fruits are good for antioxidants mostly, and then just for like pleasure. Like it's good
for
to eat
fun.
for
Okay.
fun like dessert. But there's a lot of antioxidants in fruit, and then also if you can't get clean water, like say you live in Mexico or somewhere like where there's no clean water, the fruit actually has clean water. It naturally filters the
Oh,
toxins out. Yeah,
wow. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a
Okay.
bunch of watermelon or something.
Poly walnuts says soy is so bad for you. It's sprayed with um glyphosate. It's in
Yeah,
almost everything processed, even in pharmaceutical grade testosterone. Do you agree with
yeah.
this?
Uh-huh. Yeah, soy is the most genetically modified substance. Yeah, that's why you got to avoid soy
What is soy
products.
most commonly found in?
Cliff Bars.
Cliff bars, really? Because to me, you go, oh, okay, I'm working out. I'm gonna grab a Cliff bar.
Well, with soy
It's
sauce too, but yeah,
oh,
like Cliff
oh,
Bars, and I'm sure there's a yeah,
damn.
I know.
Okay.
It's like you're basically eating cardboard.
Okay. Yeah. No, it tastes like shit. But I eat a tons of stuff that tastes like shit because I think it's gonna be healthy and good for me. So.